Hello there, peoples of the internet. My name is ComicPear, and welcome back to my channel, I guess. So today we're doing a movie review. That's something I normally don't do, but this is a movie that I generally enjoyed. Something I was waiting for quite a while, a few months actually. And I said I would review it once it came out and once I watched it, so I'm keeping my promise. And this just felt like something I had to review. It is the Banana Splits movie. For all you normies out there, I'm just kidding. But for all you out there that don't know what this is or don't know what the Banana Splits is, let me explain. The Banana Splits was a show in the 1960s. It's a very old show. They actually rebooted it in 2008 before doing this movie. But basically, it was 4 animal kind of characters. They were actually just guys in suits, people in suits. That's normally how these kind of live action shows work. It was Fleagle the Beagle, Bingo the Ape, or Gorilla. I don't know which one it is. It's one of the other. He is a primate though. That's all I know. Then there's Drooper the Lion, and then there's Snorky the Elephant. And this was a Hanna-Barbera show. This is owned by Warner Brothers now. Yeah, it was a pretty old show, sponsored by Kellogg's cereal. Some good old Kellogg's cereal. Hashtag not sponsored. But anyways, yeah. And yeah, and well, it's pretty old. And the suits were a teeny bit unsettling. I mean, that's how most shows work. With Teletubbies and Barney. That's how most of these kids' shows works. The one with the kind of unsettling costumes. I've watched a lot of those in my childhood. But anyways, the Banana Splits movie was Warner Brothers a scary horror movie reboot of the original Banana Splits. This time instead of being humans, they're animatronics. It is in a way kind of similar to FNAF, but not that similar. It's got its similarities, but I'll get into all that stuff later. But anyways, yeah, they rebooted it as a movie, a horror movie. They're animatronics, and they're killing people, and the whole reason they're doing it, by the way, no spoilers in this review. I'll mention some plot points, but it's not actual spoilers. It's stuff that you could see in like a trailer or whatever. You could see it in a trailer. It's part of the I don't know how you say it. Synopsis, however you call it, the summary, whatever. But basically, the Banana Split show was canceled by a guy. He cancels the show because he works for the network now or whatever. And the Banana Splits aren't too happy about that, so now they're gonna go and murder some people. Pretty spooky, right? Pretty spooky. Yeah, and yeah, watch the movie. By the way, this is R-rated, loads of gore, a little bit of swearing. I watched it. It's a pretty good movie. Excuse me, I'm coughing. My throat feels weird today. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk about the story first. The story, that's a pretty good story. A pretty spicy, pretty saucy, nice and good story. It's got its emotions to it. It's got all kinds of neat stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty good story. I'd say the plot, the story, all that is interesting. Pretty good. They also kind of set up a potential sequel, so you know that could happen at some point. It's possible. It could happen somewhere down the line. Yeah, but that's for the story. Really good. I loved it. And next up, we're gonna talk about the acting and I guess visuals and all that. Acting, not the best. I think it was a lot of it was pretty good. I didn't notice a lot of flaws, but I did see a few. And for visuals, there were a few kind of things where you could tell it was fake. Like, if you've watched the trailer if you've seen the movie trailer for the Banana Splits movie, you'll see a part where a guy's about to get cut in half by Fleagle. It's like one of those little magic tricks, except, you know, he's actually going to cut him in half and murder him. And the saw, you can honestly tell that that's fake. Yeah, there's also another part you can kind of see into a guy's insides. You can tell those bones are plastic or whatever. Those aren't real bones. You can easily tell that, but everything else, the guts, the gore, most of all that stuff is very, very good. The costumes themselves are pretty cheap. You can kind of notice it. But at some points, they do look pretty good. And the costume designs do look very similar. You could obviously tell those are the Splits if you'd seen them before. So yeah, it's mostly, for the most part, very, very good. And I guess I'll just talk about the characters. I won't go into anything too deep. Like I said, no spoilers. Harley, he's the main kid. Very good, big fan of the Banana Splits. I think he's a pretty interesting character. Very interesting. By the way, for most of this movie, even though Harley and his family are technically the main characters, a lot of time is actually spent on the Splits themselves and all their kind of massacre. Well, it's not a massacre, it's not that big, but still, their murder spree. It spends a lot of time on them. And yeah, so that's pretty much what happens with the characters. Then there's Beth, Harley's mother. She plays a very big part in the story. And there's Mitch. He's Harley's dad in the movie. He doesn't play that big of a role. He's kind of a butt. Yeah, he's one of those characters in horror movies where you just want to see him die instantly. And he gets some very interesting treatment that's very interesting. And then the next final main character is Harley's brother Austin. Most of these characters are interesting, but they don't have a lot to them. Some of them do though, but otherwise they're mostly just interesting. And that's all the characters in the movie. Then of course you've also got Fleagle, Bingo, Drooper, and Snorky. They're very interesting. Of course they're robots, they don't have character dynamic to them. They make these little one-liners sometimes after they killed someone. I actually found those kind of funny. Fleagle made the funniest ones in my opinion. He made two that I definitely enjoy. And that's basically it. Also, Snorky, he plays a very interesting part in the story. And he's one of those characters that you'll appreciate for what he does. If you don't know what I mean, you just have to watch the movie to find out. But anyways, that's all I have to say. It was a good movie overall. Lots of good story and characters and all that stuff. And the effects, there's a little bit of CGI, but for the most part it's all prosthetics and all that practical effects stuff. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. So yeah, thank you for watching this review video thingy. I don't do these. I probably won't do these until the FNAF movie comes out. That'll probably be the only other review I do. Unless I do like a review on the Minecraft movie or something. So yeah. Yeah.